Hello everybody, welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. How is everybody? Today's read is going to be about special crystal messages from your guides and from spirit. And I was really fortunate and lucky that I woke up with that right away. Every once in a while before I'm going somewhere, if I have a busy day, my ego self tries to take over. Oh my gosh, you should have already been in the shower, yada, 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 all that. And I just took a deep cleansing breath and I was like, you know what? Honest to goodness, you don't have to be any appointed place at any appointed time. So just be here and now, one step at a time, be calm. And then I kind of got my focus and my footing and I felt better immediately. So every once in a while, all we need to do is stop everything because our brain will want to be a runaway train and we just got to catch it, and decide, hey, do I want a frantic kind of hellbent for leather day where I'm not really watching and appreciating? Or do I really want a day where I pay reverence to the little things and the things that matter, right? Family, pets, friends, and continue in that vein of really a calm, collected person, because then we have compassion and love for ourselves and other people as well, which is a great choice for number one. So your choices are, you guys, number one is rose quartz. So many people love that stone. I feel like I get the most orders from Etsy and personal designs out of rose quartz. People just love it. It's a peaceful, loving, compassionate stone of love, and it does attract love and self-love, which is the most important, because then we kind of can move on with optimism in our life, knowing that we're supporting ourselves. We don't need an enemy within ourselves, right? So love and compassion. Number two is Atlantisite, emotional purity, really simplifying and letting go, not regressing into convoluted thinking and ego thinking, just pure thoughts. What's something I can do that would be beautiful today? I can go for a swim. The end, right? That simple. I always picture it like hobbits. I'm going to eat, I'm going to walk in the Shire, I'm going to, entertain myself, smoke a pipe, whatever it is. It's like, I love that simplistic kind of attitude towards life. It's about nature and enjoying life. It's all about abundance and tapping into that. And we're put here to have joy and seek adventure. We're not here for drudgery and drama and BS, right? So that card helps with that. Number three is Star Sapphire, peace. Inner peace, whatever it means to you. It could mean meditating. It could mean being by the beach. Any single thing that removes you from high octane drama. I'm going to sneeze. And also, peace is sneezing when you have to. Another thing, not getting upset over the little things. If we're misplaced in whatever we have to do, somebody else, like for instance, I was just out in my yard, I was doing some reads, I was really happy in this little nook under a tree, and Hagen came out and just started the lawnmower. And I thought, and I was starting to get a bit of an attitude because I was happy in that environment. And I thought, you know what? I can go inside in the AC where it's nice and cool and carry on. And I kept that nice kind of peace of mind, right? All right, you guys, so I'm going to be quiet and let you make your choice, and then we'll begin in just a moment. Beautiful. So I also have some other cards, the surrender cards, which I absolutely love, because this is big. Oftentimes it's not about just acquiring and accumulating, right? It's about surrender and releasing. And this Capricorn full moon that just took place is huge on that. That energy loves and requires for our calm state of being to simplify, release, get rid of things. Very few earth signs hang on to things like resentment and troublesome thoughts. If it doesn't serve them, they just disregard it. So that way they can have more love and compassion in their lives for themselves and other people. So remember your first love, because it should be you. Embrace radical, unconditional self-love. This really helps guide us to a place of understanding, patience, and joy that we can then share with others, right? We have to have it available to ourselves. I was having a kind of difficult conversation yesterday, which required me to be quiet and really listen and take on someone's point of view, even though at times it's not how I deliver it. It doesn't matter. That's their truth and their peace and how they deliver it. And because of that, I was able to have love and compassion for myself and how I operate, and trade information as well as the way they do. It's all, everybody has their own method. So it's like, we might not always like what we're hearing, but let's let the person finish what they have to get out and just absorb it. We don't need to react or respond. when we really embrace unconditional love for ourselves, we open our heart to receiving the kind of love that we really need and deserve from others as well. Because we realize, you know what, we are pretty fantastic. We do, honest to goodness, love our family members, our pets, the collective, and we are deserving of that love in return, and we'll recognize that. So only then can we really express the level of true love to that special someone, because then our kind of boundaries are in place because we love ourselves. We're not going to let other people take advantage of us, put us down, or abuse us in any way, right? And sometimes people are very tricky, and never beat yourself up or feel bad if you were ever in this position. I feel like everybody was taken advantage of by some kind of romantic endeavor or family member or somebody at some due course, because when we are very open to love, we want to see the best in people, and sometimes they can obfuscate the problematic side of themselves, or the greedy side of themselves, or the abusive side of themselves. So we don't know, but when we have true love and compassion, we see those red flags even more, because we feel our energy in that. We feel like, oh, that doesn't really warrant all my attention and affection, because something is off there. It's not reciprocal or whatever to that degree, right? So let's see what our first card is. I love the artwork in this too. It's so peaceful and beautiful. Surrender to non-action. Now is the time to be still and not act. Simply breathe and focus on your own power and let others come to you. Again, so in self-love, if you've been giving out nice flirty messages of affection, just reaching out, gifts, whatever it is, and that other person is kind of like non-compliant, non-available, really sit back and just wait. Be patient. That's the one thing that time is so tricky. To us, a day might seem like that's ample, right? Like I'm waiting here, but to them, and 24 hours could be their 72 hours or their week. Like, oh, it's just a fun social message. So, then they get inundated or they get busy. So never beat yourself up if people aren't reciprocating the kind of love, gifts, or messages that you're giving out. Just sit back and be still. You don't have to act, you don't have to chase, because that can build resentment, right? You ever emailed somebody a whole bunch of times, like you really need a message to get to your next level? If you're just trying to get to your next emotional understanding level, they might not be there. If it's not like a business thing where you need that, we don't need to be relentless to have other people declare feelings or anything of that nature, right? Some people just aren't really ready with that. Surrender to receiving support and love. I love this so much. Allow the love and support of others in, rather trying to handle everything yourself. This can take the pressure off and simultaneously nurture you. So if anything, if you have a big, like a whole yardarm of housework or something like that, ask friends, ask family to pitch in. Oftentimes, if we just go about doing everything ourselves, people think, oh, they've got that. They just don't pay it a second thought, because people are really, really busy doing them. So they're not watching that inch by inch process where, oh, this load of laundry is going to be the camel that just breaks, the straw that breaks the camel's back and sets you in a bad mood. So stop and reflect and just surrender to receiving support. Ask for it. It doesn't mean weakness. And weirdly enough, I've heard a lot of people say that they equate asking for help with weakness and or they fear rejection. That's all. People, what's the worst thing that can happen? Someone can say, no, I don't have the time or the energy, right? Don't take it personally. It's as simple as asking. Sometimes it's really sweet. Like my children, if they see me fatigued or something, they will step in and help. Like if they see me trying to pull the garbage out and I'm tired, Hagen will step in. It's really sweet. But oftentimes all we have to do is ask and just say, this is going to put me over the edge. This is just going to je suis fatigué, and just like sit down. Our family members and our friends aren't mind readers. They don't necessarily know when our bandwidth is reached. So really reach out. And your last card, you guys, calmness. This is everything. I filmed these cards outside today, both for TikTok and for IG, because I love this. And this is the thing that I reach for the most. And I feel like when we're in this state, then we see everything. We see it clearly. We see it like purely. We see our intention. We set goals that are realistic and we can have focus and follow through, because we're in a state of calm. I never act when I'm in a hectic headspace. I never make a business plan or start to make a piece of jewelry or reading when I'm in a crazed headspace, because There's no real plan, but calm can have us assess, right? We can assess, how should I go about speaking to this person? You know, somebody who might be a family member or whatever that is aggressive, or they're going through a hard time. Get in a beautiful sense of calm. Nobody does this for me like Enya. Like, I just play that music, or I play Celtic music. I love to stare at a candle. That brings my blood pressure way down. And when we get in a lovely sense of calm, we can really kind of see through the storm, and we can shift our mindset too, to affirming, you know, I live in a state of abundance, and today I'm going to show appreciation for all that I have. And then it brings us to a state of happiness, calm, and joy. And then again, just a brief assessment. Where is my head at? Where is my heart at? Do I feel frantic or harried for any reason? And how can I rid myself of that? I just do cleansing breaths. Like, I'm a shallow breather, and I really can be very fight or flight when I'm in a pace that is not good for me. So by simply breathing in and breathing out, and also affirming nice things for yourself. I am calm, I am collected, nothing can faze me. That energy does not belong to me. That drama does not belong to me. And if people, and adhere to that, like really adhere to that, and be like, of course people are going to want to pull us in, because if they like drama, they want you in that mix. They want you in that kind of blazing, bubbling brew of just seething animosity and problems, right? No thank you. Say no thank you to those things, because you want to save your energy for good things, for art, for music, for friendship, for great meals, all of the things that you look forward to that make you feel calm. Reach for that first thing in the morning, and I'm telling you, life will take on a whole different kind of meaning for you. So that's you, group one. Beautiful energy. I love that. And I feel like you are, if you chose that card, you are ready to really emanate self-love and calm and peacefulness, and get on that track and feel good about who you are and the direction you're moving. Really, really important. Okay, guys, now we're going to go on to number 2. Again, you guys, if you didn't know, my links are down below. If you need information for private reads or anything else, and you want an immediate response, if you DM me over on IG at Sparkrist11, I get right back to you. I have all kinds of fun stuff going on over there, and I have a fun jewelry giveaway, this really great necklace. I'm going to repost it because I'm going to pull the winner tomorrow. I just pulled 2 cards, and if those initials come up, you are the winner if you follow me. So you guys, let's go to Atlantisite and Emotional Purity. I love this card. So let's start with a suggestion from Spirit. Let's surrender to Spirit. Once you've done everything you can do to achieve a goal, really turn the situation over to the divine. Let Spirit work its magic for you. We don't need to keep hitting that nail that's already in the fence and secure over and over and over. It's wasted effort. So by directing our time in something that's already in the makings, like that cake that's in the oven, we don't need to open the door a million times. The universe is baking all of your dreams. It's bringing to you. You put your order in, trust it. The universe is the ultimate wait staff. They're going to bring it to you. So you've already done everything. And I feel like people start lamenting because of time. Like, I sent this message, I thought I need this to do this. You don't need to do anything to get to the next stage, because everything will start to flow when you're in receivership. And that's where you really do get those purified thoughts, like, I have everything that I need, I'm good. What's one fun thing that I can do to help myself right now? I'll take a nice cool shower and relax and just chill. I like really just slowing things down in the summertime, because that's when we get some beautiful focus in there. And we can also learn to surrender to success. You are ready to experience abundance. Don't look at the previous roadblocks or difficulties. Oftentimes our brain wants to go backwards, and it wants to leap forward and be like, oh, let me pull in all this angst and anxiety about what could go wrong. Like, let's just stay out of that realm, and we don't need to go backwards unless we're pulling out a lesson that we learned. We don't need to lament, because when we're in either of those spaces, we are not in present moment awareness, right? And having all this new world of possibilities. I feel like it's really surrounding you, and I want to pull in a clarifier for that. Nurture. Again, nurturing yourself, nurturing your dreams. What is one little thing you can do right now? Say you want to open an online store. What's one little thing that you can do right now? I would say play some happy music. Whenever I'm engaging in some kind of endeavor that I want to succeed, I infuse it with really high vibrational energy, which is music, sound, crystals, all of the things that you can do, sunlight, open the windows. I like to go outside, but music is a big thing. So play the happiest, funnest music you can while you're building your website. Envision yourself in a beautiful office, just completely covered in all the things that you love, whether it's really simple white and big white roses and gorgeous silver. Like, I love white and silver. I feel like it's very cleansing and it's very uplifting and vitality. I feel like if I had my ultimate office is just going to be silver and white and have so much sunlight and just lots of light catchers, right? So the light can bounce off, and really envision that, because what's going to happen with that is you're nurturing your dreams through envisionment process, and do it over and over. That person that you want to talk to, picture you in your favorite outfit, having a great discussion, laughter, 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 both of your feet pointing at each other, really present moment awareness in everything you're saying, down to the last thing. What does their hair look like? What are they wearing? What environment are you in? All of that envisionment process, just drench it in all this beautiful tactile, visual, 5 sense energy, right? What do you smell? Do you smell food? Are you in a restaurant? What kind of shoes are you wearing? Do you feel your feet? Every last little thing, it really helps, because our brain then sees that not only as a viable possibility, but something that you can achieve with ease, because you've already had that kind of movie played through your head and everything turned out right. It's not scary. It's not inconceivable. And that's what you're going to be doing, is really reaching into your dreams and nurturing them. And this is also the card of nurturing your health and looking out for yourself, slowing everything down, doing things step by step and not overwhelming yourself, really simplifying. Emotional purity is as simple as this: I don't like that energy, so I'm not participating. I love that. That makes me feel good. I'm going there. This is going to do my body good. I'm going to drink that. As simple as that. And when we're in a calm state, we're really able to reach for that and rectify situations that are taking place that, beforehand might have derailed us in some way, shape, or form. And I'll study behaviors of mine and I'll write it down. Why do you feel tired or overwhelmed or something anytime? Hey, maybe because you were on social media for an hour trying to answer everybody's questions. Hey, how about you not do that right now, right? That you'll be able to really have a sense of awareness of what soothes, helps, and purifies, and the opposite, and it will really save you time, energy, and make you feel a lot better for sure. So that's you, group 2. Beautiful, beautiful energy and messages. I love that for you. Comment down below if you kind of feel this taking place too, like you're ready to just let go. This Capricorn energy, super rich for that. It wants nothing more than to simplify, rectify, and verify what is now the next stage. And it really comes with ease. Capricorn is very logistic. We don't get over emotional if we don't get exactly what we want when we want it. We go to, we can kind of like circumnavigate and get to the next level. It's really, really good energy for that. So again, you guys, all my links are down below. If you need a private read, anything else, I'd love for you to come over to IG. It's Sparkrist11. I have all my information. I have fun posts and memes and contests, and you can DM me and I get back to you right away. I check every, few hours to see if anybody needs anything. And I want to thank you guys so much for all your love and support. Beautiful. So let's go on to Star Sapphire, which is peace. Again, this is one of the number one things. So I'm going to pull 2 cards and we're going to talk about how you can achieve some peace right now. I love this. Let's start with a bridge. Now, this can be a bridge that brings you to anywhere that is a calmer headspace, that is away from like noise and clutter, either emotionally, mentally, or physically, right? Oftentimes I just go out in my yard, and because I just have large swathes of grass to work in, my mind starts to be cleared. I don't see all these little things like, oh, dishes, laundry, anything like that. Whatever it is, create that beautiful bridge that brings you to a place of peace and calm, because then everything seems doable. Everything seems like it's easy. It could be in quiet meditation or contemplation. Let go and enter the stillness that you find within. I find just really deep breathing, closing my eyes, or focusing on one thing bridges me over to that. And that silence can heal and really replenishment. And then you also bridge into that magic of like who you are. We all have this gorgeous magic within us, even in mundane aspects of life, right? Just singing a little song, carving a little thing, doing a little watercolor, whatever it is, that beautiful creative magic aspect of us. Really, really understand your uniqueness and worth come from just being you. You don't need to be anybody else or be extra. Like I have so much love and compassion for people that I see on social media that are just so trying to be extra. I don't know, they're 50s and they're 60s and they're twerking in thongs, and it's like a lot of the housewives and stuff, they're trying to like grasp at youth, and they have so much wisdom they could share, yet they're like, look at me, and trying to keep up with 20 somethings. And it's not about that. This is the time where we want to bridge to our most wise selves and kind of stay in that self-respect lane where we don't have to prove ourselves, or look how much I can do, or multitask and try to be like I really like attention seeking, and just let go of all of that, because I had a great conversation with Joni yesterday talking about social media and how it really is programmed to be very addictive, because you get a quick brief glimpse of something and then you're like, oh, well, what else? Is there more art? Is there what goes with this story? Our mind wants to problem solve and figure it out. So we're just scrolling, but it is like an empty, vast wasteland where we don't really get any answers. That's why I like to go on to somebody's site and check out their art and their stuff, and not just the main feed, because it pulls in things, advertisements, other things that try to get us in there. And we're trying to build a bridge to calm, to great creative endeavors, to peace of mind, to higher learning. That's a thing too. Oftentimes I used to go over there to try to learn some aspect, or Pinterest, and then something else would be in the mix, and then I'd be derailed from having that kind of follow through. I love this when it comes to a bridge too, because we do need to bridge over to change that helps bring us to the next level of understanding of ourselves, of our lives, how we can accomplish things, how worthy we are of love and success. Because I heard this thing the other day, and I do believe this to be really true, that people aren't really afraid of failure. They're afraid of success, because once they achieve that, what's happening? Then the world will expect success after success from them. How do they protect that success? Will it mean more work? How do they protect the assets? And I do believe this is true. I really do. And I've seen it in people that once they reach something, and Bethany Frankel is a really great example of this, because she said that she just felt like she could never let the air out of the tires. Once she reached another level, then all these people were dependent on her. So then she had to do so much more to protect that, and just hustle constantly. And every minute of every hour of every day was booked for her solid. And she's like, I don't want to live my life like that. Like, I am not a planner, right? And that's saying that too, that really know that you can reach success however you view it. It doesn't have to be exhaustive. It doesn't have to be endless. It can just be that one little thing, like, I want to walk a mile today, so I feel like my circulation is up and good, right? So the universe right now, you guys, is reminding you that you are cared for, as you're cared for always. Whether you're afraid of change in your job, health, or relationship, or fear of aging and death, repeat this affirmation. I have faith that all is well. Hallelujah. And when I say all is well, like after I hear some kind of news that I know is going to be an expense, or a great expense, or something like that, for a car, for family member, whatever it is, I say all is well. I can create abundance. The universe looks out for me and helps me in my artistic endeavors to be able to do this. All of that, whatever it is, give yourself a positive affirmation that lets you know that you can be a bridge for change, because that brings in new ideas for you, that brings in new opportunities. When we are in present moment awareness and we're really listening to people, we're listening to our intuition, and we're listening to the universe, it provides that schematic for success, because the universe is not trying to see chaos and failure. We know this, right? Our spirit guides and the universe loves love and abundance and generosity, and that all generates more of the same, right? You hold a door for somebody, they're in a good mood, they're going to hold a door for somebody. You pay for the person's coffee behind you, that gets them happy, and kind of really reinstates the love of humanity in the collective, and reinforces that there are good people out there. And oftentimes the reverse is true. If somebody honks at you, you honk at somebody, then emotions are contagious. So by knowing that you can change in little ways that will benefit you, your family, the collective. For me, it's little things like, do not respond. If I feel like I'm going to react, I'm like, don't react or respond. How are you interpreting this? Are you interpreting this negatively because you're hungry or you're not well rested? And I settle with the energy for a moment, and I ask myself, how would I want to be on the receiving end of whatever I'm about to say? And how can I best communicate this in a calm way so the person I'm asking a favor for, or to listen, or whatever, will receive it well? All of that, right? It's a beautiful pause. That's what all of this is about. Surrender to change, and any change that benefits you. A beautiful pause, a calm mindset. It makes all the world of a difference. It really does. Like, I never like to react in anger. I almost just did like a moment ago, where I was outside peacefully and Hagen just starts up the lawnmower. Then I came inside and I knew I would need a special charger for my phone. And when people aren't really helpful, or they don't want to look or bother to help me, when I would go out of my way for them, I felt all of a sudden, I felt like tears welling up, and then I almost just blew a gasket, and did an old behavior, which is, well, clearly you don't give a crap, that kind of thing, right? That wouldn't have done any good, right? I wouldn't have wanted to hear that or be on the receiving end of that. So instead, I just took a breath, and remove myself and just thought, well, okay, well, what can I do right now in the interim? And that's what you're going to do. You're really going to be a bridge to better behaviors, better responses, and acclimate to things beautifully, because you're like, you know what, that's that person's problem. That's their lane. If they want to be agitated or annoying, I don't need to feed into that energy. Since energy is contagious, I am going to provide good energy for family and friends by laughing. I always, if I know somebody's setting up a joke or they're trying to be humorous, I think that's such a wonderful people moment when somebody makes somebody else laugh. Like, I love those spontaneous pictures that you see behind the scenes, especially when people are filming movies and people are just laughing their heads off. Humor is so reparative and so connective. So whenever you get a chance to make someone laugh or laugh at somebody's joke, really be in present moment, because it lifts your vibe. Me and Joni were laughing our head off yesterday. We were just sitting on this big old estate in front of a pond at Waveney Park and laughing about everything, like just people and the dogs and the craziness of the world and the internet. And it was such a lovely time, because like your vibe just goes way up. And I feel like you are going to be a beautiful bridge to this. You're going to be able to surrender to divine timing. You know, sometimes divine timing may differ from our ego's timing. We have to recognize that for sure, and I know that for certain. So if a goal isn't manifesting really fast enough according to your ego, be patient and trust in the universal flow. Even say out loud to yourself, the universe wants to see me win. It's going to deliver this. You know, it is Santa Claus. That gift is coming, and we can keep relaying that to ourselves so we can be in a beautiful sense of calm and be a bridge to peace for ourselves within that. So that is your message, group through. Beautiful. Comment down below if you just love these cards as much as I do. I love them so much. So that is you guys. Again, come over to Sparkrist11 over on Instagram if you want to DM me and book a private read. Get in on all the giveaways and the fun stuff. Just scroll down. You'll see everything that's going on, what I'm talking about, the offerings and goodies. You guys are the best. I want to thank you so much for your support, and let's get into this summer mode where we just relax and take it easy, unburden ourselves, go for a swim, have a fun picnic. Like, let's just get into that bountiful idea of life that we're meant to enjoy it and we're meant to have a good time. Love and light.